Most people think growing your own vegetables means waiting months before you see any real results. I get it. I spent my first couple of seasons staring at tomato plants, wondering if anything was actually happening underground. But here is the thing most people miss. There is an entire category of vegetables that go from tiny seed to your dinner plate in under 30 days. 30 days. That is faster than most online orders these days. The science behind it comes down to cellular division rates and how certain plants evolved to complete their life cycle before competitors could crowd them out. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 8 lightning fast vegetables that you can harvest in under 30 days, and I will explain the biology behind why each one grows so quickly. Make sure you stick around for the bonus tip at the end because it is a simple technique that can shave days off your harvest time. And I wish someone had told me about it close to 15 years ago when I first started gardening. Speed in the garden is not just about near convenience, it is about momentum. When you can go from planting a seed to eating something you grew yourself in 3 or 4 weeks, it changes how you think about your garden. You start succession planting. You start filling gaps between your slower crops. I have spent nearly 15 years testing which fast growers actually deliver on their promises, and these 8 have earned their spot on this list. Let me tell you why each one works and how to get the best results. Let us start with number 1. The first one I want to talk about is radishes, and there is a fascinating reason why they grow so fast. Radishes are the sprinters of the vegetable world. Varieties like Cherry Belle and French Breakfast can be ready in as little as 21 days. The science here is straightforward. Radishes put almost all of their energy into swelling the taproot rather than producing extensive foliage, which means you get a harvestable crop incredibly quickly. They thrive in USDA zones 2 through 10, which covers nearly the entire country. Sow seeds directly about half an inch deep, spaced 1 inch apart in rows 6 inches apart. The key mistake I see people make is waiting too long to harvest. Once that root pushes up above the soil line and reaches about 1 inch across, pull it. Wait too long, and the cellular structure becomes woody and bitter. I learned that the hard way my first year when I left a whole row in the ground an extra week thinking bigger meant better. It did not. They were practically inedible. Radishes also make a fantastic companion plant alongside your slower crops like carrots because they break up the soil surface and are long gone before the carrots need the space. Next up is baby spinach. And this one really surprised me when I first tried it. Most people think of spinach as a slow crop, but when you harvest it at the baby leaf stage, you can be picking leaves in as little as 20 to 25 days. Varieties like Corvair and Space do exceptionally well for baby harvests. Spinach is a cool season crop that performs best in zones 3 through 9 when temperatures stay between 40 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. The science behind its rapid leaf production is that spinach allocates energy to leaf tissue first as a survival strategy to capture sunlight before bolting to seed. Plant seeds half an inch deep, about 2 inches apart. You will know it is ready when the leaves reach 3 to 4 inches tall. Just cut what you need with scissors about an inch above the soil line, and many varieties will give you a second flush of growth. Number 3 on our list is Arugula, and here is why it deserves a spot. Arugula is what I call a rewarding crop because it practically grows itself. Varieties like Astro can reach harvestable size in 21 days under the right conditions. Arugula thrives in zones 3 through 11, making it one of the most universally growable greens out there. Scatter seeds about a 1/4 inch deep and lightly cover them. The peppery flavour you get from arugula comes from glucosinolates, which are sulfur-containing compounds the plant produces as a natural pest deterrent. Cooler weather intensifies those flavours in a pleasant way, while hot weather makes them sharp and almost too bitter. Harvest when leaves are 2 to 3 inches long for the mildest taste. I grow this one in every single gap I can find in my raised beds. If you're finding this helpful, do me a favour and hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos every week breaking down the science behind growing better food at home. It is free, and it means you will not miss the next one. All right, let us keep going. The 4th pick is green onions, and let me tell you why I think this one is underrated. You can grow green onions, also called scallions, from seed to harvest in about 25 to 28 days. The variety Evergreen Hardy White is a dependable choice for most of the country, performing well in zones 3 through 9. Here is what makes green onions so efficient. They do not need to form a full bulb. You are harvesting the green tops and the slender white shank, which means the plant skips the most energy intensive part of onion development entirely. Plant seeds are 1/4 inch deep, roughly half an inch apart. When the tops reach 6 to 8 inches tall and the base is about the width of a pencil, they are ready. I keep a row of these going almost year round because they are that reliable. The fifth one I want to talk about is baby lettuce, and there is a fascinating reason why it makes this list. When you grow lettuce as a cut and come again crop at the baby stage, you can start harvesting in as little as 21 days. Mesclun mixes that include varieties like red sails, buttercrunch, and oak leaf give you a beautiful range of colours and textures on one plate. Lettuce grows well in zones 2 through 10, preferring temperatures between 45 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The rapid growth comes from the fact that lettuce leaves are thin and require relatively little structural investment compared to something like a cabbage head. Sow seeds 1/8 of an inch deep and keep the soil consistently moist. Harvest by cutting leaves at 3 to 4 inches tall. You'll get 2 or even 3 harvests from a single planting if you leave that growing point intact. Next up is garden cress, and this one really surprised me when I first tried it. Garden cress is almost absurdly fast. Varieties like curly cress can be ready to eat in as little as 14 days. 14 days from seed to plate. It thrives in zones 2 through 10 and tolerates partial shade, which makes it perfect for those spots in your garden that do not get full sun. The biological reason for its speed is that cress evolved as a rapid colonizer, producing edible leaves almost immediately to outcompete neighbouring seedlings. Scatter seeds densely on the surface, press them lightly into the soil and keep them moist. The flavour is tangy and peppery, wonderful on sandwiches and salads. If you have never tried growing cress, this is the crop that will make you feel like a gardening genius. You can even grow it on a damp paper towel on your kitchen windowsill if you want to test it out before committing garden space. Number 7 on our list is Tatsoy, and here is why it deserves a spot. Tatsoy is an Asian green that forms beautiful little rosettes of dark, spoon-shaped leaves, and it can reach baby harvest stage in about 20 to 25 days. It is incredibly cold tolerant, performing well in zones 2 through 11, and it handles frost better than most greens I have grown. The leaves have a mild, creamy flavour, similar to baby bok choy. Plant seeds 1/4 inch deep, about 3 inches apart, in soil that stays consistently moist. Tatsoy's rapid growth comes from its compact form. Instead of reaching upward, it spreads outward in a tight rosette, maximising light capture while minimising stem development. You will know it is ready when those little spoon-shaped leaves reach about 4 inches across. The 8th pick is baby kale. And let me tell you why I think this one is underrated. Kale has a reputation as a slow grower, but at the baby leaf stage, varieties like Red Russian and Dwarf Blue Curled can give you tender, harvestable leaves in 25 to 30 days. Baby kale is milder and more tender than mature kale, which makes it perfect for salads. It grows in zones 2 through 9 and actually becomes sweeter after a light frost because the cold triggers the plant to convert starches into sugars as a natural antifreeze. Plant seeds 1/2 inch deep, about 2 inches apart. Harvest when leaves are 3 to 4 inches long. The nutrition density of kale, even at the baby stage, is remarkable, packed with vitamins A, C, and K. I grow a fresh batch every 3 weeks from early spring through late fall, and it never disappoints. Now, this is something I stumbled onto about 5 years into my gardening journey, and it completely changed how I approach fast-growing crops. The technique is called pre-soaking and bottom heat. Before planting any of these seeds, soak them in room temperature water for 8 to 12 hours. This jumpstarts a process called imbibition, where the seed coat absorbs water and triggers the embryo inside to begin metabolic activity before it even hits the soil. Then, if you are starting indoors or it is early season, place your seed trays on a simple heat mat set to about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Soil temperature is the number one factor controlling germination speed, and most people completely overlook it. With these 2 steps combined, I have consistently cut 2 to 4 days off germination times, which means you reach harvest even faster. That is everything I have for you today. Gardening is one of those things where the more you learn, the more you realize there is to discover. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss the next one. Happy gardening, and I will see you in the next video.